Kingdom's third season is probably the best so far. Season 1 used to be my favorite, with Season 2 dropping a little in quality, but Season 3 had a clear advantage because it was covering arguably the best arc in the manga up to this point. Lee Boku created a coalition army made up of 6 different states, all to gang up on Kin. The scale is incredibly large compared to other seasons. There are 26 episodes here and all of them are focused on this one arc. And this season, Kingdom brought forth some of its greatest moments. There's a lot to talk about, so I'll limit myself to 3 points and save the rest for a more detailed video. The first point is emotion. Kingdom has always been good at extracting a high level of excitement from me. Its execution often involves dramatic and cinematic music combined with characters screaming their dialogue at the top of their lungs. The writing is also great, which amplifies the emotion. The first example is Shin's ideological battle against Wan Ji. Here, Wan Ji has a legitimate reason for hating Kin and wanting revenge, but Shin's counter is powerful and respectful towards his opponent. I had no idea how Shin would respond to such a strong argument, but he didn't back down and gave an even stronger response. Another example, and possibly my favorite, is Zhang's speech to the people of Kin. Zhang's charisma is unparalleled in this manga. This scene had me feeling happy, sad, and excited simultaneously. The hype and epicness had me nearly tearing up. His speech had me feeling like I'd die for him too. This scene rivaled and potentially surpassed Erwin's iconic speech from AOT. Another scene was the arrival of the mountain tribe. They set up this scene so well. Kin was already outnumbered and forced to use civilians as soldiers, and they were fighting for nearly a week like this. One of the generals even said that they'd only be able to survive a specific amount of days, but when there's one more day left and things are looking bleak, the tribe pulls up at the last minute, ahead of schedule. It was even said that it'd be unlikely that they'd show up because they were in the middle of their own battle. This completely turns the tide of the battle. There are other scenes like Wan Yi catching Zhang Tong and Du Kyo passing his torch to Shin. Emotional scenes like this will have you off of your seat. Emotion also ties into my second point, which is battles and epic moments. Like with emotions, a lot of these epic moments were set up in advance to amplify the future output. Meng Wu versus Han Ming is my first example. Wu is from Kin, so we're rooting for him, but because of all the hype behind Ming, we think he'll die. Ming has never lost and is known to be the strongest man alive. Even Wu's own son is worried about him. When the battle starts, Wu is losing, confirming our fears. But as the battle continues, Wu gets the advantage and eventually decimates his opponent when his son is injured. It's such a triumphant and epic moment when the underdog finally defeats the veteran. My second example is Shin versus Pang Nuan. Let me paint the scene. Pang Nuan is the ace of the enemy. He has already defeated Shin twice, defeated Qian Lei, who was a better fighter than Shin at the time, and killed his master, Oki, in battle along with some help. In the past, he killed Oki's wife, meaning that he has 2 of the 6 generals of Kin in his kill count. In Shin and Lei's previous fights, they got mobbed. During this war, Du Kyo, who was like a second mentor to Shin, dueled Pang Nuan and was also killed in battle. Shin wanted to avenge him, but Hyo gave him his shield and told him that he had somewhere else to be. So, this man is a menace to Kin, and here he is at the end of the coalition war once again. The mountain tribe has shown up, but Pang Nuan is making light work of those who attack him. So Shin, who is already exhausted from days of fighting, wants to face Pang Nuan by himself. The actual tactics, phases, and attacks of the battle are mediocre, but the raw emotion, legacy, and hype of this fight is more than enough to make up for that. We all want to see Shin slay this thorn in Kin's side and avenge the fallen, but we don't know if he's strong enough. During the fight, Shin is tanking the blows and getting back up every single time. Even their horses get involved. At the end, Shin is able to land a cut across Nuan's face, leaving a permanent scar. When Pang Nuan is told to retreat, I feel the exact same way the characters are feeling. Shin has come such a long way, going from getting washed by the Bushin to fighting him to a draw. Other epic moments are Zhang joining the battlefield to inspire his soldiers, Shin using Qiang Lei's advice against Fu Di, and Kin defeating the coalition army. My third and final point is the Chekhov's guns used in this season. A Chekhov's gun is basically something that is set up or hinted at in one scene and then used later on. This season had 2. The first is Zhang's brother, Chang Zhao, taking the throne while he goes off in the battlefield. Zhao was an antagonist in the first season and was defeated in episode 15. In the present, Lu Buwei is technically on the same side as the king, but he wants to rule in his place, so he has no problem using despicable tactics to get rid of him. He even considered turning Zhang in to survive the coalition army. Now, Zhang wanted to go out into the battlefield, but then Lu Buwei would take his spot on the throne while he was gone. So instead, he freed his brother from jail and let him take his spot, since he is also entitled to the throne. A genius play, But what's more impressive is how long the move was set up. Zhao was brought back in episode 95. That means this gun was held off for 80 episodes before firing. But what's even more impressive is the gun that is the Mountain Tribe. They went back home in episode 15 as well, but their gun was fired 5 episodes later, making that Chekhov's gun last 85 episodes. This is the longest wait for a gun that I've ever seen in anime or manga, and since the anime skipped some content, the wait was probably even longer in the manga. These are very impressive setups, which amplifies the epicness of their executions, especially the second one. All of these qualities came together to make a season that feels like a legendary epic that has been passed down for generations. The other seasons are great, and I recommend giving the anime a shot. If you're weary of the anime, watch my video on why Kingdom's anime is good to convince you. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, and check out my manga for free online. If you enjoy my content, please consider donating to my Patreon. All important links will be in the description.